Welcome to statistics. I'm just going to do a high-level overview of this class and just point out a few things. Some of this might be redundant if you've taken a class at BayPath before using this tool. But this is a 6-week accelerated class. I just want you to be aware of that. And there is a lot of material, so please don't allow yourself to get behind. I would tackle material early in the week if you can, so that you have time to contact me if you're having any trouble, have any questions or concerns. The earlier you can get in touch with me during the week, the better, and I will be here. I check my email constantly. Email is the best way to get a hold of me, and I will certainly get back to you as soon as possible with any concerns you might have. Over on the far left is a calendar, which is a handy tool to show you what is coming up and what's due in the class. Your first assignment is going to be due on the 28th of July, and every Thursday, consistently throughout the course, you will have a discussion post that is due on the Thursday, and Knowledge Path should be done by Thursday as well. You can, with Knowledge Path, if you don't like what score you received at the end, you can continue to work through that and raise your score if you like with Knowledge Path. So Thursday, by the end of day, 11:59 p.m., consistently a discussion post is due and Knowledge Path is due. And then on Saturday, there will always be a quiz, typically an assignment, and sometimes something a little extra. So there is a project that spans the entire 6 weeks of the course. So on some weeks, part of that project is due. Also, on the Saturday, it's not noted here, but the peer responses for the discussion are due. And at least 4 responses are required to receive full credit. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go back here, and I can't see where I am. Give me a minute. Sorry, it took me a minute to find my way back. In this class, we are going to be using a tool called StatCrunch. It used to be Minitab in prior years, but in this semester, StatCrunch is going to be used. So get started early going here. It's pretty self-explanatory. You set yourself up a login and a password. And once you've done that, you just go to statcrunch.com and go find data sets, and you will see data sets that will be used in some of the assignments. The other thing I wanted to point out is the rubrics. Every assignment will have a rubric associated with it. So for example, on a discussion, if you don't see it right under the assignment, you go to these 3 dots over here and show rubric, and it will show you how the assignment will be graded. And I will be using these rubrics to grade the assignment, so please have a look at them and take note of what is required to receive full credit. With discussions, specifically, note this research evidence criteria. To receive 10 points, some citing, using citations, should be used in your discussion post. I mean, it might be that you are citing something you learned in Knowledge Path or something in the reading, or if I posted slides, you could even cite the PowerPoint slides, but some citing, some reference to some material that you are utilizing in your initial discussion post is required to receive the 10 points. And if you go down here, you will see the peer response. That's a maximum of 15 points, and at least 4 responses are required to receive the full 15 points. So please keep that in mind as you are doing the discussion assignment each week. Knowledge Path is being used in this class. I've already referred to Knowledge Path, and that is right here. This is a tool that BayPath has, and what I've noticed previously is every now and then you will come across a situation where Knowledge Path is not correct. There's a little, I think, 4-question little thing that's asked of you after every section of Knowledge Path, and you answer the questions. And sometimes Knowledge Path says something is wrong, where in actuality it is correct. I mean, it's rare, but it happens. And I'm just pointing that out to you in case you are going through an assignment and you are pretty darn sure that you are correct. Don't assume that you aren't. If Knowledge Path is marking it wrong, bring it to my attention and I'll have a look at it. And if Knowledge Path is correct, I will explain why. And if it isn't, I will mark your answer correct and I will pursue getting Knowledge Path corrected. So just keep that in mind as you are going through the Knowledge Path each week. Late assignments are not accepted in weeks 1 and 6. So all material has to be handed in on time, weeks 1 and 6, and preferably will be handed in on time, weeks 2 through 5. But late assignments will be accepted up until the Wednesday following the due date, weeks 2 through 5, but they incur a 30% deduction. So that is quite significant. So do everything you possibly can to get started early and to hand in your assignments on time. I referenced the project that is due over the course of the 6 weeks. Most weeks have an assignment that is part of the project, not every week. So I'm going to bring up the instructions. And you will also notice that in this announcement, I have included a Word document with these instructions because I know personally for myself, I would like to have them on paper. I refer to them that way. I did not see an easy way here to print them, so I have attached them as a Word document for your convenience. So this project consists of 80 points total, and it breaks it out here for you. And what I specifically want to point out is that this week, a project claim is what's required by Saturday end of day. So we choose a topic, any claim from a reputable source. So typically that means going out to Google and looking for something. And your chosen claim should be verifiable by a measure of center. So that means we want a numerical response. One example of a claim is shown below. Additional examples and details as to what constitutes a good claim can be found in a separate file. Submit your claim to your instructor, that's me, for approval before beginning the rest of the project. So here's an example. The National Association of College and Employers, so we can assume, I guess, that's a reputable source, claims here's the claim. Some entity that you have found claims, and in this example, the average salary, so it's a numerical thing, it's a salary, offered to 2010 graduates is $48,351. So that's a claim that someone found online. I'm assuming nowadays that's the only place someone would be looking for this. Keep in mind, what you are going to do with that claim over the course of the 6 weeks is you are either going to prove it or disprove it. And you're going to do that by gathering your own data, and then we're going to be doing a comparison, if you will. So whatever your claim is, it has to be something that you are going to be able to ask 100 people about and get a response. So for example, if your claim is the average person, someone is overweight, the average amount people are overweight is 10 pounds. I'm making this up. It's conceivable that if you asked 100 people that question, number one, they might lie, like how overweight they are, how many pounds overweight they are, or they might not even want to answer that question. So make sure whatever your claim is, it's something that you can ask 100 people and that they are apt to want to respond and to respond honestly. So I'm just going to go to Google for a minute. And so here's what I might do to do this part of the project. I might say, I just want to know the average height, we'll go with women in the United States. And there we have it. We have this source, healthclevelandclinic.org. They are saying the average height of women in the United States is 5 feet 4 inches. So that's all you would have to do for this project is present me with this information. that you found from what appears to be a reputable source. This is a numerical average, if you will. This is numerical. So that's what I need for your project claim. Okay, and I don't think there's anything else I wanted to cover at the moment. Your first assignment is due on July 28th, which is a Thursday. As you are going through the material, if you have any questions, please reach out to me.